trace. And then we'll cut out, and then we'll Mod Podge on, okay? Good evening, good evening. I think a couple of you sent me a text right before I got on, and so I will answer those as soon as we get off here. All right, so what we're doing, I'm just tracing the bunny, tracing any that you want to put Mod Podge on, okay? I'm gonna do them all. I'm gonna show you what they look like all this way so that we have a rustic style. All right, let's go ahead and cut. Now, if you didn't want to do this, you're gonna paint your block white. If you want them exactly this way, you're gonna paint your block white, you're gonna paint your circle white, and then you're gonna paint your, you're not gonna paint your bunny, but you're gonna paint your carrot, and we will do that one together. Okay, so there we have that for our block already. Let's go ahead and cut this out. So I gave you enough paper that you can Mod Podge whatever your little heart desires. So actually, I won't, if I'm gonna do it this way, and if you guys do it this way, you're gonna have a lot of paint to add to your stash, because this is not going to take all of the paint at all, since we're Mod Podging, however you want to say it. Alrighty. So I was telling you earlier that it's just been a day, and you ever have, I know you do, I know that I'm not the only one, just have those days where everything you seem to touch just goes wrong. I mean, that's been it. And I've just kind of felt blah. Is that? I don't know. It's just been one of those days for me, and I've tried to do some things. I did some things in a private membership group that I'm in. I shipped some orders. I've done some stuff, but I think that it's just been a day. All right. So we have our cute bunny. Isn't it so cute? And that's gonna fit perfectly on there. So I did not send sandpaper with you guys. If you have some, we will use it on this, and if not, we will just cut inside of our line. So I'm gonna show you on this one. So we have our trace line, and you see I've cut inside of that line a little bit. And the reason we do that is because you have some depth to your pencil. I mean, you can't get your pencil straight up against the edge of your wooden piece that you're trying to trace. And so that's just gonna help with some of the overhang that you may have. Again, if you have some sandpaper, you can knock off any excess that you may have. And if you don't have sandpaper, that's okay. Guess what you can use? You can use an emery board. An emery board or a nail file. They're kind of the same things in my mind, but I know that emery boards and nail files are two different things. Oh, I wasn't gonna do the bunny. I was gonna paint him orange because I have this bunny. So we'll use that for something else. All right, let's pull out some paint and Mod Podge. Let's go ahead and get some Mod Podge onto our piece first, because that is going to take a little bit longer to dry. So we'll do that first. Let's see, I left many of my paintbrushes upstairs. See, ladies, I'm telling you, it's been a day. I don't know why. I cannot get it together today. I just have not had my head on straight at all. All right, so I'm coating this with a fairly really decent coat of Mod Podge. So when you are using Mod Podge, since we're putting paper on top of it, you need to be a little bit careful, because if you don't use enough, obviously your paper isn't going to stick. And so you want to make sure that you have enough on there for your paper to adhere. But if you put too much, then it's going to bubble. And we don't like that. Bubbling is not good. Oh, Stacy, it has been one of those days. I told my husband, so if you guys have followed me, then you see the new machine we got. And I typically try to take weekends off so that that's my time to recoup. That's my time to get back into, you know, the week ahead. And so, hold on one second. So we're going to press this down, and then we're going to press with a credit card or anything that you have like that, being very careful not to rip your paper. But this is going to take out any bubbles that you may have, and it's going to push them out. So anyway, I usually take the weekend off, but you see that we got a new, I'm telling you this because I think I know why it's been a day today. So we got our new cutting machine, and it has been a doozy to put together. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures. So when I'm sanding, I am sanding down at a 45-degree angle like this. And I'm only going down. If you go up, you're gonna peel your paper up. And so you don't wanna do that. So anyway, if you've seen the pictures, then you've seen all time to have some self-care this weekend. And we all have to have that. All right, if you want your block to look like it does in the picture that I showed you when you bought the kit, or like this, welcome to do it orange or black. I will tell you that when you get out of here, when you get out of this group, one of the other ladies who bought a kit, she actually shared her kit that she had already done, and she put the cutest scrapbook. She used some of her own scrapbook paper. She had the cutest scrapbook paper on her little bunny that she did, and it was adorable. Okay, so we have this down. I just love this paper, you guys. I knew that I had to do that for you guys because I'm a fan of the wood look sandpaper, or the wood look scrapbook paper. Okay, so the other thing that you can do on this, if you want to accent the edges a little bit more and not leave them a wood look, we can paint those. I can show you how to do that. We'll go ahead and paint the edges of this one. Ideally, you should paint the edges first, but probably should have got a little bit bigger paintbrush, but. And the reason I'm picking green is because I still want this look. And so it's going to be really easy to go over the edge and just have it seamless. So the green is all here, and then you have the green on the sides. Yes, I can still do that. You may ask, well, but there's paper on it. Are you sure that you can do that? Yes, we can. We're just not going to put a ton of paint on top of our scrapbook paper, because since we have the Mod Podge underneath it, and then if we go put paint on top, it can really, that is one surefire way to make it bubble. So we're just going to do a little bit, and I will show you how to do that. My son is in the shower, you guys. He's right above us, and I can hear him singing. That's so cute. I sing in the shower. They sing in the shower. The only person that doesn't sing in the shower, I think, is my husband. I will tell you, my 17-year-old and my 12-year-old. My 17-year-old started it. He is a huge fan of Frank Sinatra. Go figure. Like, not many 17-year-olds are. And he is a sports guy. He's not really into theater and art like that, which I feel like those kids may have more of an appreciation for Frank Sinatra. But I mean, he's a sports player, but he loves Frank Sinatra. And I posted a video a long time ago. He loves My Way, the song by Frank Sinatra called My Way. And let me tell you, ladies, that is definitely how he lives his life, his way. Which there's nothing wrong with that. He will definitely be able to live his life more his way when he's on his own and can make his own decisions, right? It's hard when you're living at home sometimes, though. All right, we're going to leave that there to dry. We're going to go ahead and do the top of our carrot. And I'm just going to make a pretend line here. I will tell you, let's move this so I don't get paint on top of it, because my luck today that would happen. Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Brenda. I really thought it was cute. I love the B one. I'm already working on the May one, so I hope you guys like that too. I really try to bring you guys kits that you're not going to be able to find this anywhere else, which is going to make it unique. And the fact that I've had a lady in the group here who her grown children came to her house one day and they commented on a kit that she had painted, and they were absolutely amazed that she painted it. And so she was just in heaven because she's never done it. Trying to do a video today. Some of you are in that group, in my $10 creative monthly membership group. And let me tell you, first time I went live, it was a huge fail. So for those of you that were in there this morning, you are very welcome, Brenda. So for those of you that were in there this morning at 10 a.m. for that live, then you should know that that's how my entire day has gone. So we're going to see if I can get through this one without any flub ups. Because some days you just, I mean, it's okay to not pick up a paintbrush. Some days it's okay to order out dinner. If your passion is cooking, then maybe you made a meal and it just didn't turn out right, and that's okay. That's gonna happen. But we just move on. Tomorrow will be a better day, I promise. I hope so. And my day, honestly, has been good outside of that because the basket was cute. Yes. Outside of that, I had a good day. I went to lunch with I met a friend for lunch. I have a business coaching group that I also run. And so I had a call with a couple of those ladies today, helping them get ideas to help their business grow and all of that. So on the bunny, you do want to make sure that you paint the side. And it may take a little bit more to paint it just because that's where the wood has been cut. And so there is more spots for the paint to soak in. It's not going to be as smooth or clean. I mean, I got them pretty smooth, but it's not going to be as smooth as what the top would be. Okay. You could make your bunny reversible too. All right, let's go ahead and finish the front of them now. You guys are probably going to paint this faster than I am. I should have used the foam brush that's in the kit right next to me. I don't know what I was thinking. Alrighty. So just take the edge of your foam brush and just get right up close there. If it's not perfect, that's fine, because you're going to have your ribbon that is going to cover it up. So if your line there is not solid or you just can't get close enough, please, please, please don't worry about it, because your ribbon, you're going to have a ribbon bow there. Okay. So, see, there you go. Told you. I told you this was going to happen. That's okay. All right, so we're going to get these painted. And I'm not going to worry about that because that's where we can put our, we will just put our little carrot there. I have shown many different ways to paint these wooden balls, and so if you don't want to get messy like I am, there are other ways to paint these. And if you want me to point you in the direction of those videos, I definitely can. Cute, cute. I think the carrot is adorable. Originally, I will tell you, originally when I was putting this kit together, it was just this piece and the bunny. And I was like, I was talking to my husband about it, and I was like, that's not enough. It needs something else. Well, okay, so I'll tell you what it was. It was originally this piece and the bunny and the carrot, okay? So the carrot wasn't attached to anything. You could just use it, lay it on your tiered tray or whatever. And I just wasn't happy with it. I was like, I feel like it just needs something else. My husband's like, it's fine, it's fine. And I'm like, it's not. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just cut a little wood block, cut some more vinyl, and we will make our little bunny bait. And that's how this was born. It was originally gonna be just the carrot, but I thought it would be fun to just put it on something else. This is almost dry. Okay, so let's go ahead here. I'm gonna take a little tool I have. You can use a plastic knife for this, but I'm gonna take this little tool that I have here. This is from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna just do this technique that I have here on the side that I showed you. I'm just putting a little bit of paint on the tip of my, if you were using a plastic knife, it would be the tip of your knife, and we're just dragging it over the edge, just like that. It's kind of my signature. Not really my signature, but it just is kind of, I really like it. The texture that it gives to the edge of some of your pieces. And you can even make it go all through your piece. You don't have to just do it on the edges. There have been pieces that I've done that the same way. And I think it's just really, actually, we should just do the whole bunny. Let's just do the whole bunny, because it's going to be a really, really cool texture on the bunny, I think. So let's do the edges a little bit, and then we'll drag it down through the bunny's body. So I'm just dipping it in paint and dragging. So in the summertime, oops, sorry, the winter time, not summertime, this really looks like snow. A little bit on the carrot here too. So on the carrot, originally, I'll show it to you. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do on the carrot. On the carrot originally, now again, like I said, if you and can get inspiration and they can see maybe if you do something different, how it looked for you. So now I'm just adding a little bit of white over my green. It doesn't stand out a whole bunch because the paper has white in it. And actually it has to go in the very bottom one. Which one's smaller? This one's smaller. So we're gonna thread them from smallest to largest. If you wanted to do this technique of the white on the carrot too, that would be really, really cute. Oops. Okay. We're going to leave about that much at the top, okay? I'm going to tie the bottom into a knot, and it's probably going to take a couple knots. I think we do need one more knot. You want the knot big enough that see, I think I'm going to do 3. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, especially since it's going to be hot glued on, but I'm going to do one more just for good measure. All right. I'm going to turn that off and we're going to use this on the top. Okay, so now we have that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take this and we're going to do it, let's see how many times we can do it. Probably just twice, like that. So you're just going to keep layering it, making loops. And what we're going to do, we're going to cut them. So now you just have strings that are, how many strings do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, that are all the same size. We're going to take, I'm going to tie this around. We're going to tie it into a knot. And then when you do this, make sure you have it all the way to the top of your carrot so that all right, so we tied it on with this. It looks funny because you got this going this way and this going this way, but we're gonna put them all up like this. They're all up like that because the green ribbon is what has tied it together, okay? So we're gonna take a tiny bit of green ribbon and I'm just gonna do, I don't even think I'm gonna do a bow. I think I'm just gonna knot it. Hopefully I didn't cut that too short. Let me just tie it and then I'll put it in. So I did cut it pretty short. I'm telling you ladies, I need to go binge watch a movie and try again tomorrow. Okay. Now that we got it started, we'll put all this in here. My hands do not want to work right today. There we go. Ta-da! All right, I'm gonna trim those. Look, you have a little carrot. It's so cute. I'm gonna just trim the green ones. Okay, that's what we're gonna hope, right? I think I just need to go read a book or I don't know, something. What's a good Netflix series to watch? What's a good, tell me what y'all are watching right now. Never used vinyl before. When vinyl gets cut, it is like this. This whole sheet right here was solid black. I use my cutter, I cut the vinyl, and then I peel all that excess away. And then I put this down, this sticky paper, which is called transfer tape. We put that down on it, and now what you're trying to do is get the vinyl lettering stuck to the back of your tape. So there are some tricks. It likes to be finicky sometimes, especially if it's been subjected to cold or heat. So you're gonna take a credit card or anything like that and just rub it really well. I find the best way is to turn it over and try to peel the paper away, okay? Versus, I don't know why, it just doesn't always work when it goes this way. But if you see how I'm pulling up and this piece is still here, just lay it back down, rub it a little bit more. I usually just use my fingernail and it should peel fairly decently. See, there's another spot that doesn't want to come up. Lay it back down. It should peel pretty easily. So let's go ahead and put that on here. And then you're going to do the same thing. You can use your fingernail, you can use a credit card, whatever you want to use. Because now we're going to press it onto our board and then peel this away and it will stay in place, or should stay in place. Now, if you have the same issue where you're pulling up and it tries to come up with you, then lay it back down, rub it a little bit more, and it should adhere pretty well. There you go. I think it's cute on the wood. All right, let's go ahead and put our ribbon on here so we can glue it down. I'm gonna go ahead and tie this. And I don't know, I should be able to get a bow. There we go. Make sure your paint is dry because I got white paint on my green ribbon now. I'm just trying to open up the bows. Okay. I'll trim this one a little bit. All right. So there we have that. And now this is gonna hang off, okay? So when you do it, you see how it's gonna hang off, but that's what it was made to do. So you see, it just gives it more of a three-dimensional look when it hangs off. So now we're just gonna hot glue it on. Remember, since it's hanging off, you don't need to put hot glue all the way up to the top of it because it's not going to be adhered to anything. So I'm obviously sitting here and this is right side up to me. I always turn my pieces, look, see I'm getting paint everywhere. I always turn my pieces upside down. It just makes a better knotted knot for me. All right, so here we go. We're gonna put a cute little knot in this. Okay. And we're going to trim this at an angle, and then we'll trim this one at an angle. So cute. Just kind of see what you think. Either apply the vinyl first or the carrot first, but just make sure that you have enough room. So we're going to put this up in the right-hand corner. Just like that. And newsflash, my computer crashed because that's what it's been. And I lost this font and I don't remember the name of it. And so that's why you guys have this font, because I lost it all. So now let's just do our little bunny feet, and you can put them wherever you want. So you can tell that the vinyl on this, the bunny bait and the feet, stand out quite a bit more on the white painted wood. But you can definitely still tell that it's there. You can read it and everything. There you go. And now we will hot glue our carrot this way. I curved it a little bit here. If you can tell, it's curved just a tad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to adhere a little bit of hot glue to the back of each one of these. It's just going to take a little. There you go. Thank you, Candace. Now, this one doesn't seem to be sticking too well, so I may take my glue gun and just do a little bit more on this side as well, just to adhere it.